Hey guys, just before we get to today's clip, just a quick reminder for all Serie A fans in the UK and Ireland, you can now stream every single match live on OneFootball. No matter which team you're backing, OneFootball's got you covered. You can watch via the OneFootball app on your phone or connected TVs from Apple TV, Google TV, Samsung, LG, and Fire TV, or on the website tv.onefootball. And what's even better is that you can choose how you watch it. You can grab a team or a season pass to watch all the matches until the end of the season, or just the ones from your favourite club. There's also a match day pass for £9.99 to watch all the weekend's games, or a single match on pay-per-view for £4.99. And yeah, if you missed a live game, you'll still get access to all the match highlights too. So if Serie A is your thing, OneFootball is where it's at. We'll have a link in the description of the episode for you to buy your preferred stream.
Welcome to the Italian Football Podcast.
So Fiorentina, from their point of view, I think they'll be kicking themselves a bit, being 2 goals ahead to throw away that 2-goal lead. If they had won, they would have been in a really, really great position. I mean, they would have been really right up there in the top 4 race. Also, because as we just said last week, they've got probably the best calendar actually out of all the teams in the top 4 race. They've got the best fixture list. So obviously they do have the games in Europe, which will take its toll. But yeah, I mean, I thought in this game that the way to sum up their game was offensively great, defensively as bad as Milan. To be honest with you, shambolic defensively. The equaliser that they just sums that up. The defender, and then I think De Gea, like Magnon, saved them. De Gea was outstanding in this game as well. Made some fantastic saves.
Well, he's been outstanding since joining Fiorentina, if we're perfectly honest. Since he's played, I think he's been very, very good. One thing that I'm really impressed with Fiorentina is they've had this difficult run. Juve, Atalanta, and Milan, and they've got 7 out of 9 points. They could have had 9. Now they've got Parma, Cagliari, Empoli, Roma, Venezia, Udinese, and Bologna. That's not a run-in that scares you. And if you're playing against Roma and Bologna, who are direct rivals for top 4, you fancy your chances. I think Venezia is
the problem is they've got points to make up. They've got, they're a little bit behind. That's the problem. That's why I think if they'd have won this game, then yes, I think they're in with a real big chance because of they've still got, I think, is it 4 points from Juve?
Yeah,
and
4 points from Juve.
It's, when there's only 7 games. When there's only 7 games left, you're looking at needing perfection, and that's one. But one player that is getting, he's on the road to perfection. Let's say Moise Kean again. I mean, what can we say about this guy? He scores again in this game. He probably should have had a hat trick. I mean, he missed a couple of big chances, but also Magnon made a magnificent save for at least one of them. 22 goals this season. He scored 22 goals in 36 games, and this stat has gone around that's viral, that he has the same number of goals and assists, both of them identical, this season for Fiorentina than in the entirety of his 2 spells at Juventus. It was Juventus career, which was 123 games. He already has the same number of goals. I mean, that shows you just how much he has exploded this season. And of course, he's on an incredible form. 4 goals in 3. Those 2 goals against Germany, the goal against Atalanta, and then he scores here against Milan. I mean, this guy, how good can he become, Nima, do you think? What is his ceiling, do you think?
Well, look, we're talking about a player who this season for club and country across all competitions has 25 goals. I think he's going to reach 30. When you become a 30-goal a season player, that makes you a top striker. That makes you an elite striker. The thing that's so impressive about him is that he's not the kind of classic striker in the sense that he's not this kind of fox in the box. He's very, very dynamic. His movement, he makes others, because of his runs and the way that he links up, he's actually very useful in creating space for others. But his finishing this season has been really, really, really good. He's improved loads, even though I know that he still misses quite a few. But again, I think the same discussion with Retegui in this aspect applies here, in the sense that this has been a relaunch season, a real launch season for him to build upon. Again, 30 goals, and he's on 25 now. I think he's definitely going to reach 30 across all comps for club and country. And when you are that kind of a striker, that's a top level career. Can he maintain it? Well, of course,
as well. Yeah, for a team like Fiorentina, you're not talking about an Inter or Juventus.
He's got 22 goals in all comps for Fiorentina, 3 for the Italy national team this season. And if he,
if I look at his game, Nima, and I look at his strengths, I mean, strength is number one. The guy, I mean, there was a point when he was down on the field and he was holding, like someone was giving him attention, he had cramp. And have you seen the size of this guy's muscles?
Massive.
They are absolutely huge. I mean, pure muscle. This guy is so strong, and he's only 25. He'll get stronger. Imagine him when he's about 27, 28, when he's a full man. This guy, I mean, some of the players that I've seen him go toe-to-toe with and even get the better of physically. Jonathan Tah is one person that comes to mind. I mean, that guy's a monster. Moise Kean last week. And again, in this game, Malik Thiaw is he's a big guy. Strong guy. They couldn't get the better of him. I think physically, he's the match of pretty much anyone. He's so strong. He's very good at holding up the ball. He's very good at winning free kicks if he can't do anything, if he's isolated. I mean, really, like, Juventus made a big mistake getting rid of him. I said that at the time. I thought it was a mistake getting rid of him. But he's bringing this goal scorer into his game. Now, shoot me down now. And I'm not saying he's as good or he will ever be as good. But does he have the potential to be some kind of Italian Osimhen?
Well, I think Italian Osimhen in that sense, because, yes, I think Victor Osimhen...
He's not as good in the air. He's not as good in the air.
I don't think anyone in the world is as good as in the air as Victor Osimhen. When he's in form, he's the best header of the ball, I think, attacking-wise. I think he's just unstoppable, Osimhen. But Moise Kean, look, the thing that I find so impressive is, aside from the sheer raw strength and power, he's so damn dynamic and quick and so easy and light on his foot and can easily shift weight, and so difficult to mark because of that. He shifts weight really easily. He's technically sound. Good shot on him. He's really had this,
and he's, as you say, a pain in the butt, like Osimhen, in terms of how he hassles and harries, and he can press and he wins the ball off defenders, and he's in the duels. He wins the duels because he wins strong.
The duels. Yeah, no, exactly. He's a pain in the butt to play against. You know that when you play him, he's going to be on you for 90 minutes. You're going to have to be switched on for 90 minutes, or he's going to score because he never stops. Now, this has been, like I said a couple of weeks ago, I think this has been this season in the Serie A. If there's a main takeaway to take away, it is the redemption of the Italian striker. Moise Kean, Retegui, to a lesser extent, it's the Esposito brothers. Even Pinamonti. This has been a season where the Italian striker has kind of relaunched itself, and I think no one embodies that better than probably Moise Kean in terms of consistency. But when it comes to like the highest level for the highest peaks, I still think Retegui has been much more sharper in the box.
I mean, Retegui is one of the best. I think he's one of the best finishers. In football, full stop. Like he gets a chance. He's a killer. Kean can still improve that, but Kean, what I like about him is he's obviously playing with lots of confidence. Like, he fancies himself against anyone now, which is great. He never had that confidence at Juventus. He was very, like, at times very low, head down. I mean, he went this whole season at Juventus where he was scoring, which was mad. But like he shoots on sight. Like, he's taken more shots actually this season than any other player in Serie A on target. Had more shots on target than any other player, which again shows how his improvement of his finishing. The fact that he's hitting the target. A bit like Cristiano Ronaldo. People used to criticize Ronaldo and say, "Oh, look how many shots he used to have and how many chances he used to miss." But that's because the guy was always shooting. He was always getting his shots on target, and eventually it's a numbers game. You have X number of shots on target. You're going to score eventually. So that is a real positive. fantastic for Kean.
I just got to say, like, you look at that Conference League, they got Celia, they should probably beat that, and then perhaps in the semi-finals, Real Betis.
They'll play Betis in the semis, which is tough.
Which is tough, but you do fancy that, when teams that win trophies and cups and leagues, they do have a main goal scorer. And in Fiorentina, in Moise Kean, Fiorentina do have someone who will always be there. If he doesn't score himself, he'll put others into position. I mean, look, someone like Albert Gudmundsson, that first goal, I know people say it's an own goal by Chow. I think that's a little bit unfair. I think that's all on Gudmundsson. The run, the dribble, the drop of the shoulder, the going past.
Yeah.
Fiorentina have match winners, and that counts for a lot when you're going for trophies, regardless if it's a cup or a league. And I think Moise Kean's decisiveness in important games as well, that's a key aspect which he has brought into his game, on top of the 22 goals he scored for Fiorentina across all comps. And I'm really hoping that he can end this season and Fiorentina with a trophy in the Europa League, which would end their trophy drought, and it would he would be the man, the symbol of that.
Poster boy, yeah, for sure.